Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for another lesson with our wonderful teacher, Jack Stockton. Wherever you're joining us from, we appreciate you choosing to start your week, start your Monday for most of us. Not me, actually, for most of you. I'm wrapping up my Monday. But let me tell you, from the future, this is a great Monday, starting with this lesson. Hey, Amanda, Valerie, Ann R., Gina B., Sam, Tiggy, Didy, everyone else who already said hi in the chat. So glad to have you all with us. For newish folks who are back after a break, say hi. Caroline, so glad to have you with us today. Very glad to introduce you in a virtual sense to our wonderful teacher and, of course, to this fantastically friendly cohort of learners. We'll all learn together. We'll all make mistakes together. Jump in the chat with your questions for Jack. You can respond to his questions. Even if you're not sure of the answer, put it in there. It lets Jack know when to speed up, when to slow down. If only the confident people who already know the answer to the question respond, then we're not giving Jack an accurate picture of where we are. And if you have a question, it's very likely that other people will too. So please do jump in. What else? Just real fast, if you run into tech trouble, don't leave that in the live chat as it can distract from the learning. Instead, you can reply to any of the emails that I send you from learnbridgeonline.com, and you'll reach me personally. I'll help you out. I have some backup links in a private live stream I can send you. Also, in the email that I send you before each lesson, there's a backup link. Give that link a try if you run into any tech trouble. All right, let me click start on this recording. It usually fires up within about 30 seconds, but we just want to make sure that, hey, Allison. I just want to make sure that this lesson will be there for you in the lesson library. Here we go. The recording is active. Welcome back, everyone. Unable to join us live, we wish you could. Maybe next week you'll be able to. Same time, same place next week. But let's get to it. We have learning to do. So strap on your learning hats. Let's call our teacher on up to the stage, shall we?
Hi, Bashir.
Here he is. Hey, Jack.
All's good?
All's good. Looking forward to today's lesson.
As always, we're doing something we haven't done for a while. Common shapes, really important in bridge to be able to show your shape to partner, equally as important as points. So, and we've got some fun hands to look at as well. Quite challenging, but, that's the idea.
Very good. Well, can't wait. Jack, of course, if I could be of any help, just sing out my name. Otherwise, I'll be learning alongside everyone else.
Brilliant, Bashir. Yes, well, I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for the intro, Bashir, and thanks also for Tiggy for letting everyone know about the free Accor tournament on BBA. It is a good one. It's one I play on as well every now and again. For now, let's get going. It's 9:34 UK time. And we're going to look at a load of different shapes today. Here we go. And we're going to look at these briefly. I'm not going to go through everything on the slide. That's what you can do later in replay. Talking of replay, hello to all those watching. It could be good afternoon or good evening. So 4-4-3-2. Yeah, you open one no trump. Otherwise, you open the high ranking of two equal length suits with 4s and 5s. Just remember to open a heart if you've got 4 hearts and 4 spades. Plan to rebid no trumps at the lowest level with 15-16. Jumping to 17-18, you know that. However, if you're a balanced hand, you would support the major rather than bidding no trumps, of course. Yeah. Fairly easy, 4-4-3-2. Responding, remember you can raise to 2 hearts, 2 spades with 6 to 9 points, just with 3 cards. Don't forget, though, jump raise 1 heart, 3 hearts. Always 4 card support playing Accor, which is what I teach here. Otherwise, plan to respond the cheapest of 4s. So we're going through these relatively briefly because it is a bit of a recap. These are the easy shapes, really. 5-3-3-2. Open one no trump, even with a 5-card major. It's the modern style. If partner has supported your 1 heart, 1 spade to 2 hearts or 2 spades, you then bid 3 hearts or 3 spades to invite game with 16 to 17 and a 5 card suit. Caroline's got a question. If you have a 4 card major and 12 to 14, what's your second bid? Oh, you just opened 1 no trump, Caroline, because you'd be 4-4-3-2. Yeah. Responding is the same as before. Rule of 14, of course, just a quick recap on that. If I open a spade and you want to bid 2 clubs, you must have 10 points. Or you might have rule of 14. 9 points and a 5 card suit adding up to 14. That's good enough for a 2-level response of a new suit. If not, you bid 1 no trump. Okay, so let's get you involved in this. First question of the morning. What do you open? Sorry, what do you respond to my 1 spade bid? Lisa, I think it's the only person. The slides aren't changing for you, Lisa. Refresh your browser, I would. Press the refresh button, the arrow. What do you respond with that with 8 points? Those watching in replay. Or you could send Bashir an email, Lisa. I'd refresh your browser first. What's the subject? Common shapes today, Debs. And pretty much all of the chat box are watching live. They are bidding 1 no trump. Good work. Because it's the right answer. Yeah. Even with a singleton or void. Good. Failing the rule of 14. I do stick to the rule of 14 like glue. Five, 4, 3, 1. Obviously, the marginal hand use the rule of 20. Otherwise, you show your 4 card suit. If you have 16 or more points with no fit, you may then be able to subsequently bid your 3 card suit, showing the 5-4-3 pattern. Shall we have a look? So, you've opened a heart. Partner's come back spade. You've rebid 2 diamonds, which is really 12 to 18 points inclusive, really. Partner's gone back to 2 hearts. What might you bid next with that one, do you think? Yeah, I'm glad you liked my shapes, Tiggy. Should we have one more look at them? There they are, yes, they're my shapes. Peter A's got a good question. He says, can you go as low as 8 points in a 6 card suit for rule of 14? Correct, Peter. Yep. You bid 2 clubs over my 1 spade opener with 8 points in a 6 card club suit. Yeah. Good question from Peter. Yeah, you would need to have 16 or more points here to do this. Quite a strong hand. But you can definitely bid 2 spades. Why not 4 spades, Rosie? Because partner might only have 6 points. We shouldn't be jumping to 3 spades. No. Losing trick count only works when you have 4 card support. I think that's important just to reiterate that here. Yeah, partner might only have 4 spades here. North. Not promising 5. So 2 spades is the right answer. Okie dokie. Can't do losing trick count because you don't have 4 card support. That's important. I mean, it's a 5 loser hand. But partner might only have 4 spades. Good. Responding. Again, rule of 14. Also, with 11 points or less, it's preferable to show a 4 card major. So, example, if I open 1 heart and you've got 4 spades and 5 clubs, bid 1 spade. If you've got 11 points or less. Because you won't get a second bid, you see, quite often. If you're 12 or more points, then you can bid the 5 card minor before the 4 card major. Okay, it's quite subtle, that one. So, given what I've just told you, do you bid one spade with that hand, or do you bid two diamonds? Two options. Are you one spade or are you two diamonds? If you're watching replay, what do you think? So next week we're doing making a plan in 3 no trumps with making a welcome return to declare a play. And then 2 weeks time, I'm doing the second of my reviews of the winning strategy at duplicate pairs. That's coming up in 2 weeks time. That's a new lesson we haven't done before. 4 brand new hands, which are new to the internet. Yeah, well done, chat box. They're on good form this morning. They're all bidding one spade, yeah. Forget about the 5-card miner here. You'll never mention it. It's a subtle difference, though. Not everyone will understand. But if you've got 12 or more points, you can bid 2 diamonds, because then you can always bid spades next time round. You're strong enough to use 4th suit forcing. But with up to 11 and inclusive, so we're new for some of you, bid that 4-card major. Forget about the minor. Good? Everyone bidding one spade there. Sam, I'm only counting 10 points. Oh, yeah, sorry, she says. I'm glad you're checking on me, Sam. Didi'd forgotten that. Others will have done too, Didi. Let's play our first interesting hand, shall we, on BBO? 1 heart. It's fairly straightforward bidding so far. 2 diamonds. Yeah, first of all, let's start off with Sal. What's their best bid now with 8 points as responder? It's a bit overcast here. We had a lovely day. Was it yesterday? Yeah, lovely weekend up here in Harrogate. Sunny, 20 degrees. You probably have similar weather where you are. Yeah, interesting. What's South's rebid? Two hearts or 2 spades? Two spades here is incorrect. That promises a 6-card suit as responder. Yeah. So we just do a simple suit preference, going back to partner's first suit with a doubleton. 5-2. Yeah. 2 spades here does show a 6-card suit. Some of you bid 2 spades. I'm glad you did, because you'll learn from that mistake. Anyway, you learn in bridge. That's why this interactivity is so useful for learning. Something you wouldn't be able to do playing face-to-face bridge, teaching it. Right. Anything more for North? What have they got? 16 points? Would what show 5 spades, Tidy? 2 spades here by responder would show a 6-card suit. Lisa, 5-2, always better than 4-3. Good question from Lisa. Yeah. 5-2 plays better than 4-3. Also, bidding 2 hearts here gives partner another bid, doesn't it? Quite a tricky lesson, this one, by the way, I think. Common shapes. So don't be feeling thick if you're finding it quite difficult by the end. Right. So North bids 2 spades, showing 3-card support. Yeah, showing a 5-4-3 shape. Can't be 4-card support. You'd have supported them straight away. And back to South. So we know partner's got 3-card support and 16 or more points. With 12 to 15, they'd be too weak. They just have to pass. Suddenly, the hand's looking rather good, isn't it? Yeah, those 5 spades are looking good. The 3 little clubs, have you noticed that? How good they're looking? That's right, Sam. Partner must have a singleton club. Well spotted for a Monday morning. North must have a singleton club. So 3 little ones opposite a singleton is brilliant news. So South presses the upgrade button and jumps to game. Good. Yeah, 16 or more, Lisa, to bid 2 spades. Yeah, you've got to have good values. Yeah, to bid a 3rd suit here, Caroline, 16 plus, everyone. With 12 to 15, you've just passed 2 hearts. Right, well, have you formed a strategy? Which card do we play next from the dummy, do you think? Just won the ace of clubs. Oh, we're on dummy. North, everyone. So, two things I'd be thinking about here. I'd be thinking about definitely trumping clubs in dummy, for sure. I'd also think about the gold dust. We've got gold dust in our chat box this morning, but we've also got it as dummy. I'd be thinking about setting up the hearts, too. So with that in mind, everyone, it's much better to come back a heart. Also, you're not wasting one of your trumps. If you come back to, some of you came back to declare his hand with a trump. Yeah, no, you're going to be wasting trumps. So much better to come back with the ace of hearts. Now you can trump a club. Give up a heart. So we're doing two things here. We all have good days and bad days at the office, Andrew, by the way. Sometimes I don't play bridge very well. Sometimes I play better. You know, depends on the mood, the cards, the people, the weather. Right, they come back a trump. And what do we do next? Well, clearly we come back a heart. No point in them trumping in. Which we rough. We can rough our second club, of course, on dummy. No point East roughing in, by the way, knowing that declare is going to over rough. No, they discard. It's all going rather well. We've managed to establish the heart. So we've managed to rough two clubs in dummy and establish a fifth heart. Well done, everyone. We draw the last two trumps. Now, should we take the diamond finesse? Imagine you're playing duplicate and need an extra trick. Oh, Alison, if you don't have the golden widget, email Bashir. So for Alison, quickly. That's it. Just for Alison there. We can't risk it. No. No. We'd be, if we lose the diamond finesse now, we could easily risk the contract. Yeah. So, and we played this hand pretty well, to be honest with you. We're going to get a good result. That's the fifth heart. And we just give up a diamond at the end. There we go. So 11 tricks. 4 spades plus 1 would definitely be the top score in your club duplicate or on face-to-face or online. The golden widget, Caroline, is something on the website that you use to contact Bashir when you're in times of need. Good. So combination there of trumping the clubs on dummy and setting up the hearts. Let's move back to the classroom. Five, 4, 2, 2. Can use the rule of 20. Sometimes if you're stronger with 17, 18, you may be able to subsequently bid 2 no trumps, even if you're 5, 4, 2, 2. Bear that in mind. You know, if you get another bid, if you get a third bid as opener with 5, 4, 2, 2, to bid 2 no trumps would show 17, 18 looking for game. Bear that in mind. You'll know the rule of 20, but those are both hands that would open with rule of 20. Even with 5, 5, if you've got 10 points, I think we all know the rule of 20 here. Let's have a look at this one though. You've opened a spade. Partners come back the dustbin, 1 no trump. You bid 2 hearts. Don't jump to 3 hearts, by the way. you'd need 19 points to do that. To jump in a new suit, you need 19 plus, or a really good 18. So 2 hearts is non-forcing. Partner comes back 2 spades, preference. They might have 2 or 3 cards. They're more likely, a lot more likely that North has got only 2 spades, by the way, because with 3 spades, they'd normally raise to 2 spades, wouldn't they? And not bid 1 no trump. Did you notice that? What next for us, though, if anything, as opener? Sorry, us, you. I think what you've got to be thinking, and something's always in my mind when I play bridge, is the question is there a chance of game? That's what I'm always thinking of when I'm bidding. Partner's 6 to 9. So there is a chance of game here if they've got 8 or 9. Hugh, we're only 5-4 though. Sometimes people think that 10 looks like 2 cards. So here, this is a bid that may not occur to you. It's not such an obvious bid, I don't think. But it's perfect for 2 no trumps. Clearly it's not balanced because we've already shown 5-4, but it shows a point count. Well done, Phil B, Jane, Amanda, Hugh, Bill, Beetle, B, Charlie, Emily, all bidding 2 no trumps, and others. Don't necessarily have to have stoppers in clubs and diamonds here. It's just a point count, okay? 17, 18. I mean, here you have got stoppers in clubs and diamonds, but you don't necessarily need them. And North raises to 3 no trumps. Responding in the same way as you would do with other shapes. Didi spotted a typo. Well done, Didi. 4-3-3-3. I'm always nervous when I pick up 4-3-3-3 because it's the worst shape in bridge. Yeah. You can always pass for the bad 12. Yeah. With 4-3-3-3, don't have to open 1 no trump with a bad 12. And also, if you've got a poor 15, sometimes I very occasionally don't really like downgrading and upgrading too much when I play duplicate because other pairs won't be doing it. But if you've got a really bad 15 points, 4-3-3-3, no 10s, just aces and jacks or something, you know, you are allowed in bridge to open 1 no trump with 15 points. Okie dokie. So that's worth knowing. But I wouldn't do it too often. I really wouldn't because you'll lose out. But if you've got a really poor 15, open 1 no trump. Sam didn't know that. I think others wouldn't be new for others as well, Sam. And you're perfectly allowed to do that. Good. Yeah, again, just responding at the lowest suit, at the lowest level. Let's go on to hand 2. On BBO, one I prepared earlier. Yeah, Sam's dead right. Sorry, Tiggy is dead right. The BBO free tournament's really good. Right, 1 spade. No way strong enough to bid 2 clubs. Some club players do, by the way. They overcall on what my great aunt used to call tram tickets. Quite a good expression. I quite like that, tram tickets. Are you 2 clubs or 1 no trumpers south? 8 points. Morning, Gina. Andrew, Anna. Noreen's in Ireland, of course. Louise, Juliet. You're all bidding 1 no trump. Tim. Yeah, of course you are. Fails the rule of 14. I do stick to the rule of 14 like glue, as you know. Marion P. Eileen, Ella. Yeah. Caroline, 2 hearts here. Yes, what do we do with the south hand? Responder with 8 points. It's good to practice these things. The JG 1, 2, 3. Gerald, what was it about tram tickets? Oh yes, East would be overcalling. If East overcalled 2 clubs, Gerald, my great aunt used to say that would be overcalling on tram tickets, i.e. absolute rubbish. They're not worth much. Quite a fun expression that if you haven't heard it before. Yeah, 2 spades, preference. Back to north, anything more for them? What have they got, 17? Chat box is very busy. If you're watching in replay, are you bidding 2 no trumps here to show 17, 18? Be a new bid for some of you there. Inviting game. It's really the same as if it would be if it went 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 no trumps. Yeah, 17, 18. Looking for game, not 15, 16. You know, opposite a dustbin bid, you don't go looking for game with 15, 16 by bidding no trumps. No, the 2 no trump would always be 17, 18 here. And of course, south raises to game. Good. Well, good auction. Certain tricks, very few, only 4. Right. But clearly extras available in hearts. We could get 3, well, almost certainly get 3 in hearts and 3 in diamonds. Sorry, 2 extra tricks in diamonds, 3 in hearts. Right, let's get down to the play, which Rosemary's got a question. If Easton overcalled 2 cards for South Pass, yes, Rosemary, yeah, for sure. On tram tickets. Now, what card should we play from the dummy? You know, we've got communication problems here, Rosie, as well. It's not going to be easy. And, you know, do we go for the clubs at all? Never play too quickly at trick 1. And what I'm thinking here is that clubs are more likely to be 4-2. We just haven't got the entries to set up clubs. But we can get our extras from hearts and diamonds. Let me just ask those in watching in replay, do you think it's better to win with the ace of diamonds, or is the second player play low? Well, I imagine nearly everyone playing club bridge would play low, you know, automatic pilot, but that's the wrong thing to do. You have to play the ace of diamonds here to keep the entries to declare as hand the diamonds to the Queen Jack 10. And unblock, Vicky, really, yes. It's a question of unblocking. Tricky, that one. I would say that was the key play. Yeah, most of you played low there. I'm sure you did I'm sure you would have done in replay as well, but very well done if you thought it through to play the ace, because that really is the play of your club expert, I would say. Right, what do we go for next? Oh, leading from a king is fine, Juliet, in no trumps. Yeah, absolutely fine to lead from an ace or from a king in no trumps. And it was their longest suit by far. Right, which card do we play from dummy now? Do we go for diamonds or hearts? I've said that clubs aren't going to work here. Take your pick, diamonds or hearts. Well, I think it's slightly better to go for hearts here. So heart to the knave. Winning with the ace, they would switch to the 10 of clubs. Right, do we win with the ace or do we win with the king? This is quite a tricky hand, as Rosie spotted earlier, because it's very easy to get blocked, this type of hand. Are you going to win with the ace of clubs or the king on dummy? That's why unblocking the ace of diamonds was a key move. You're only ever going to make 2 tricks in diamonds. So you're always going to lose to the king of diamonds here. Yeah, we need to retain the entry to the ace of clubs for the diamonds. Very good. Now we can get on with the diamonds. And of course, we've got our entry now for the ace of clubs. Let's say they come back King of spades. But win with the ace. Better remember to cash our hearts before we forget. Last time in dummy, of course. And back to hand with our well-preserved entry of the ace of clubs. That's trick number 7. And those are the 2 diamond winners, look. Give up the last 2. Not bothered. Oh, I might as well play a spade. But yes, not bothered by the last 2. And there we go. 3 no trumps just made. Should be 600 because we're vulnerable. Difficult hand though. Yeah. Not sure that one's available in replay. The first one was. Just remember to hit the next button as well. When you watch them in replay, the 2 hands, hit the next button at the end. That will show you how I've played them out. Yeah, it's fairly easy to do. Click, 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 click. But you're very modest about your ability, but it was a tricky hand. I think you know, winning with the ace of diamonds on the dummy was the key play to avoid the blockage. Let's go back to the classroom. 6-3-2-2. Yep. Just plan to repeat your 6-card suit at the lowest level. And remember to jump as opener with 16+. Improvers often forget to do that. Judy's got a question. Yes, you might sometimes have to. I don't think you would, Judith. No, if opener had 5 hearts and 4 spades. Oh, well, possibly they'd have just repeated their hearts with a 5-card suit, Judith, unless they're very strong. But yes, otherwise you'd have to go back to 3 hearts. Yeah. Good question from Judith. But if I had 5 hearts and 4 spades, if it went 1 heart, 2 clubs, I'd prefer to bid 2 hearts there with a minimum hand rather than bidding 2 spades, which for those of you who play a reverse would be a reverse anyway. But even if I don't play a reverse, I'm happy to repeat a 5-card suit sometimes rather than bid 2 spades, pushing partner up to the 3 level. Good question from Judith. Let's move on to hand 3. It's all about the hands today. Yeah, I mean, I've gone through the shapes fairly quickly and responding because most of it's the same. A lot of it you've done before. We're moving on to slightly more tricky shapes now. So let's have a diamond opener. 1 no trump response. What next for South? 17 points. Sam's on good form today, Tiggy. Yes. Not that she's not on good form every Monday morning. Yes. Remember to jump with 16+. Non-forcing, you know, in this situation. Repeating the suit here is non-forcing. Phil's got a question. Phil B as opposed to Phil H. If partner passes, you know, and 7, what would do? I don't quite understand your question, Phil B. How's the bidding gone with your 17 points? Just let me know. So, well, yeah, what does North do next? What's their best bid with 8 points here, do you think? What is their best bid? Do they pass? Do they bid 3 no trumps? Do they bid something else? I will give you a clue in a minute. Quite difficult. 4 diamonds has been offered. Tricky, isn't it? Lots of bids to choose from here. I'm not sure I've seen the right bid yet. Keep them coming. I'm going to give you a clue. Here's the get out of jail free card. I haven't used it for a while. Bridge prison is overcrowded, like many prisons in the UK. Bashir, we did build the Stock and Wing last year, as you remember, but that's actually full. I'd be worried about the hearts. Okay, I think there's 2 things are for sure here. One thing I wouldn't do is pass. Partner 16 plus with a 6-card suit. We do want to be in game with 8 points. You know, partner needs to be 17, 18. The other thing I wouldn't do is bid 4 diamonds. No, that's no man's land, and it bypasses 3 no trumps. What I would really like to, can you remember, we have done this in the past, is there a way of telling partner that we've got a stopper in spades, but we haven't got a stopper in hearts? Is there a way of doing that here? There's the clue. So what we really need to do, and remember, when partners jumps to 3 of a minor, a bit of a major suit here, it's not natural. It's asking for a stopper. Sorry, showing a stopper. It's just like if it went 1 diamond, 3 diamonds. 3 hearts or 3 spades would be stopper showing here. Because you know you haven't got a 4-card major fit. So that's the subtle reason that 3, I'll even alert it. So some of you, this is a tricky one for improvers and intermediates as well. Yeah, that's why it's confusing, Sam. But when it's over a minor suit here, it's stopper showing. Okay, same if it went 1 club, 3 clubs, 3 spades shows a spade stopper. So this spade, it shows 2 things, doesn't it? What does it show? It shows a spade stopper. What else does it show, do you think? We are pausing on this for a while because I think it's something that we're rusty on. Definitely game points, Andrew. Game forcing, yes. But subtly, and it's all quite subtle, this is why it's quite difficult, is that no heart stopper, correct, everyone? So I've got a spade stopper partner, but I don't have a heart stopper. It's incredibly useful if you remember it and your partner does. So it says I've got a spade stopper, but I'm really worried I don't have a heart stopper. So it's saying to South, if you've got a heart stopper, bid 3 no trumps. If you haven't, do something else. I.e., go to 5 diamonds. Mainly major suits, Sue, yes. Yeah, it will mainly happen just in the majors. Good question from Rosemary. No, if they had a heart stopper and a spade stopper, North would just have bid 3 no trumps here. Yeah. Yes, you might bid 3 spades with 6 bad spades, Ingrid. You might have to, yes. Jumping, if it went 1 spade, 1 no trump, 3 spades, yeah. You do alert the 3 spades here, yes. It's artificial. Elaine, you'll have to ask that question on the posting page on the website. It's a bit, a bit off the piece to open about repeating a 5-card suit. Ask that. Yeah, it's a bit of a digression, shall I say. Yeah, that's the point. If North's got stoppers in hearts and spades, Amanda, and others, they'd just bid 3 no trumps. Why hang around? But if they only had a heart stopper, North would just bid 3 hearts. Okay, quite tricky. You can let it waft over your head, like the warm breeze that's currently not in my room here. So I've got my jumper on. It's a little bit cool here. Oh, Jack's mum's with us. Hi, Jack's mum. She says North has good cards for 5 diamonds. It's a lovely hand, isn't it? It's 8 quick tricks. Nice to have Jack's mum on board. What opening lead would you make to 5 diamonds? Notice we've avoided 3 no trumps here, by the way, which would be down on a heart lead, of course. So it's a really useful little gadget. It's a gadget. It's not a convention. It's a gadget. What are you going to lead? Number of choices. Can I just say one thing? No names mentioned. Singleton trump, not a good lead. No, I would avoid it like the plague. I'd only lead it if I really had to. Or the bidding told me to lead it. But no, here you see a butcher partner's holding, wouldn't it? A 4 to the jack. So we can go, yeah, don't worry. We can make an attacking lead of a heart. Yeah, you know the opponents haven't got heart stoppers. So partners very likely, almost certainly got the ace of hearts and something in hearts, haven't they? So I don't mind leading from a king here at all, because the opponents have bypassed 3 no trumps. Clearly, they haven't got anything in hearts. Just pausing for a second. Things are looking pretty good. I'm only counting 2 losers here. What's the problem? 11 easy tricks. Let's see. I'm feeling pretty relaxed about this contract. I'm thinking it's a great contract. I've avoided 3 no trumps. Sorry, we've avoided 3 no trumps. We're playing this hand together. Yeah, I'm just going to draw trumps and claim. You know, what's more to do? Oh dear. That's really spoiled the party. Trumps are 4-1, Gina. Yes, Eater. They could have overtaken with the King of Hearts. Caroline makes little difference. Oh dear. That's a big problem. How? If we just continue to draw trumps, East is going to make their Jack of Diamonds. What are we going to do? Is there any chance? Now, because if we just continue with diamonds, we're going to go 1 down. Have you got any thoughts about this? What should we do now? A trick, whatever it is. Well, we need to do something with the clubs. Ace of clubs. Club to the king. What next? What we're trying to do here, as Jack's mum has obviously correctly said, we're trying to do a trump reduction. Yeah. So we're going to try and make our trumps en passant, courtesy of a trump coup, it's known as. But to do that, we need to reduce our trumps to the same length as East. Good. So for that reason, we play a club. No point East trumping. That'll be an error. We just over trumps. They discard a spade. And crucially, this is crucial to this hand, everyone. We have reduced our trumps to the same length as East, because we're going to do a trump coup now. So, what do we do next? Which card should we play from hand? So we've achieved mission 1, goal 1 of our mission, which was to reduce the trumps to the same length. Now we must play out 3 spades. We've got to hope here that East has 3 cards in spades, otherwise we're toast. Yeah. So well done. Ace of spades. Spade to the king. Queen of spades. Breathe a sigh of relief. The East follows suit. And now East is caught in what we call a trump coup. So they can put in the 9 or the jack, doesn't matter which, with over ruff. And with Queen of Diamonds as a winner. Fun hand, that one, yes. So we did manage to overcome the 4-1 break, courtesy of a trump reduction, known as a trump coup. I didn't make it look easy, Vicky. It was really hard. We needed luck, Rosie, but we needed a lot of skill. Yeah, the two go together. Now, this hand is playable for you after the class. You can play it out yourselves to see if you can replicate making 5 diamonds. And then if not, if you can't replicate it, you then press the next button and it'll take you through the hand just as I played it. Trump reduction. It's a hard one, though. Normally the domain of your club expert. We would say the next level, Andrew, yes. But I don't see why you can't do that. You know, quite tricky, though. You've got to be able to spot it, Amanda, yes. And it doesn't come up very often. You know, it's quite rare. But quite fun, isn't it? Right, let's go back for a little bit more shape. Yeah, definitely trump reduction squeezes, Rosie, are normally the domain of the club expert. Not that I'm saying you're not the club expert. I don't know the standard of your club. Let's go back to the classroom. Oh, yes, well, we have got time to play hand 4. Where are we? I like Andrew's comment. It would be a very small club if I was the expert, he says. Andrew, you're very modest, which is good. Unusual for a male member of the British fraternity to be so modest. But there we go. Now, what's happening here? It's a pass from North. One heart opener. Yeah, what do you bid with the North hand with 10 points? Where are you? You 2 hearts or 2 diamonds? Interesting. I'm glad I asked the question, actually. I wasn't going to, but a number of different answers. We're kind of a bit split in the chat box. Probably equally between 2 diamonds and 2 hearts. Really pleased I asked this question. Because improvers and intermediates might get a bit confused here. Well, 2 diamonds is definitely the right answer. Only problem is 2 hearts here does show 3 card support, yes, but only 6 to 9 points. You're far too strong for a 2 heart raise here. So you can bid your 2 diamonds, can and should bid 2 diamonds instead. If you bid 2 hearts here, partner would definitely pass as south with 15. So well done. Show your point count by bidding 2 diamonds. 2 hearts is only ever 6 to 9 points. Yes, it was oops. Quite a lot. You bid 2 hearts, but I'm pleased you bid 2 hearts in a way, because it means you'll learn from that mistake and you won't do it when it matters, when you're playing bridge with your partner. Fine to do it here. Make as many mistakes as you like. I think the hands have been really instructive today, Caroline. We have learned a lot of and reinforced a lot of things, you know, like that stopper showing that we looked at on the last hand. 2 no trump here. I think we have learned a lot from this lesson. This is why I don't teach convoluted conventions that come up once every 2 years. You know, much more important to get down to the basics of playing good bridge. North, what's their best bid now with 10 points? I think of 1 or 2 bids they might, think of a couple of bids they might make. What's their best bid? Yeah, been a lot of useful points today, B. Just before I forget, Wednesday, we're doing the 2 club opener. If you're rusty on the 2 club opener and the responses, come along to the improvers at 11 on Wednesday. If you'd like to brush up on your 2 club opening and mainly the responses. 4 hearts would be incorrect because partner might only have a 4-card suit, as Jack's mum has just said. So 3 hearts here is a great bid. Well done if you bid 3 hearts. Giving partner a choice of game. Because it may be that they've got 4 hearts as south. Maybe they've got 5. Sam got overexcited. It won't be the first time. And south, what do they do? Good morning, Celia. Oh, Dulcie's with us. Nikki, Juliet, Maz, good morning. Sandra, NR, Phil B. Try to say hello to most of you in the chat box. Eileen, Ella. I said hello to Ella, I think. Rosie D. Yeah, of course, they bid 4 hearts. Miriam, Amanda, yeah. Well done. If they only had 4 hearts, of course, they go back to 3 no trumps. But it's 100% forcing. Yeah, clearly. That's right. Alison met Bashir in Japan. That must have been fun. One of the few of us to have met Bashir, I think. Yeah, I think it's probably I think you're the only person, Alison, to have met Bashir. So I've never met him. We'll ask him at the end, shall we? We'll pick his brains. I hope you got the first drink, Alison. Oh, yes, a photo. I wonder if Bashir's got a photo with him and Bashir. Right, let's head out to business. We're leading a king of spades. I think we want to see a photo, everyone, don't we? We'll talk about it at the end. Right, well, very good. What card does East play here, do you think, as third player? Spades more attacking, really, NR, with King Queen. Yeah, more of attacking lead leading from King Queen than from Queen 10-9. That's why I prefer the spade lead. What does he signal with here as third player? Let's just practice that for a second. Good to keep your signals and discards up to strength with a 9. Yes, high encouraging. Well, partner can see the dummy, yeah. I see what you mean, Tiggy, because yes, you don't want an over rough. Right, should South win with the ace or duck it? Ducking in a trump contract does carry a serious health warning because it can be bad for your health. But here, I think it's clear to duck it, yes, retain some communication. They'll continue with a spade. You can rough the third round. Good. So, yeah, it's not essential to duck the spade. It's just good technique to keep the entries going. Which card do we play from dummy now, specifically? Specifically, which card from the dummy? But it's time to draw trumps. Yes, there's no reason not to. So start with the king. Well done. Beginners and improvers are not always up there with higher card from shorter holding. I'm sure you're all going to put in the 10 of hearts here. Finessing the queen. Right, another awkward 4-1 split here. What next, do you think? No point continuing trumps. Is there? Yeah, I agree with you. Jack of clubs, good. Covered by the queen. What we're doing actually here, everyone, is preserving the ace, jack, 5 of hearts. You never know, something good might come up. King of clubs from the dummy, obviously. What next from the dummy? It does look as though we've got to lose a trick, the Queen of Hearts, doesn't it, on the face of it? Because they've got the 9. We're on the dummy. Yeah, been a very instructive lesson, this. I know a few of you have said you found it most instructive and learnt a few new things. And certainly things that we did in the very distant past that you would have forgotten. So yes, we might as well rough a club now. Funnily enough, we're doing a very similar technique as to what we did on the previous hand. We could be looking at another trump coup here. We've reduced our trumps to the same length as East. So this is our second trump reduction. You're now going to be experts in trump reduction after this lesson. Right, very good. So we've done that. We've reduced our trumps to the same length as East. What next? Which card should we play next, do you think? Well, certainly one thing we shouldn't do is play the ace, jack of hearts. No, we need to get off the lead, don't we? So we play the ace of diamonds. Small diamond. The king. They can play their 4 of spades now. But now we pick up the hearts. We make our jack of hearts, don't we? And we play the ace of hearts and just give up a trick at the end. So effectively, you know, they win the last diamond and they win their trump. They're kind of making the last, they're both winning the last trick, if you see what I mean, East and West. But we made all 5 of our trumps on a trump, another trump reduction there. Thank you, Rosie. I always appreciate thank yous. It's always nice to see in the chat box. We'll just go back briefly to 3 things to remember. Thanks, LP. See you next week. Just remember 3 things. Open the higher ranking suit with 4s, except you've got 4 hearts and 4 spades. We know that. Oh, by the way, if you've got 5 clubs and 4 hearts, always open 1 club, length before strength. Number 2, we looked at briefly, with 11 points or less, prefer to bid the 4-card major at the 1 level, rather than introduce a 5-card minor at the 2 level. And finally, after 1 heart, 2 hearts, a rebid by open of 2 no trumps shows 17-18. It's a stronger hand. It's the same if it's 1 club, 2 clubs. 2 no trump is stronger, 17-18. And just 4 hearts there. If it goes 1 spade, 2 clubs, new suit, then 2 no trumps is 15-16. Walkies, Sam. Yes, walkies. That is a hard lesson, Alison. I think it's one of the harder ones. The set of hands were difficult too. Yeah, and I agree with you, B. This is one of the harder ones. But I think very informative. And we did learn several things there that were useful. You know, that stopper showing, looking for 3 no trumps, bidding the 4-card major rather than the 5-card minor with 11 points or less. It is the end of the show. That's it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jack. And Jack's mom, thank you for coming by. Always an extra special treat knowing that you're there with us live.
Yes. Yeah, nice to have Jack's mom here. It was, I thought, quite a tricky lesson, Bashir. Did you?
Yes, I couldn't focus on the first half, but the second half.
Yeah.
And really, as always, fascinating hands, but such an important muscle for us to keep exercising and to practice.
A lot of things come up there, you know, quite regularly. Rather than, as I said, halfway through the lesson, Bashir, rather than teaching some convention that, you know, you're going to forget and probably comes up every, you know, year or every 6 months. Much better to go back to these things, which happen the whole time. And that, that was quite neat, that trump reduction in 5 diamonds.
Challenging though. That's one, I can aspire, but I'll probably enjoy watching you do it.
And just to reiterate, Bashir, I did mention this, but next week, in a week's time, we're making a plan in 3 no trumps.
Okay, very good.
Some no trump contracts. Obviously, always difficult to play 3 no. Well, not always, but often tricky to play 3 no trumps. And everyone's happy to come by this Wednesday at 11, where we're doing the 2 club opener, and well, more really how you respond to it,
which can be the tricky bit, and you don't want to mess that up.
No, that's it. And also, it's tricky to know what to do with so many points. So that'll be an interesting refresher for those. Other than that, then in 2 weeks' time, I think I'm going to do the second part of my duplicate pairs strategy review.
Wonderful. So, folks who again want to check out the recordings of the duplicate lessons, they're there on the class page. You can review all of them. And of course, the part 1 of the review is there in the lesson library if you'd like to.
The only thing is, have we got a photo of you and Alison anywhere? Or we gonna have to
I sure do, of Alison, myself, and Stanley.
That's great.
Alison, is Stanley with you, or is he in the other room? Let's see.
Brilliant. I think, as I said, I think they're the only people to have met you in person.
I know. I'm real life, flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think the easiest way. I'll try sharing the actual newsletter I sent out. Let me see if I can.
Did you? Yeah, I'll let you find it. Is Alison still with us?
Is this it? Here we go. This is it.
Is Alison still with us?
All right, there we go.
Oh.
Yeah, we really had a fun time. Got to see. I met them at a geisha show in traditional arts performing, and so as I was walking up to meet them at the theater, I saw some geisha scurrying down a small alleyway. So we had fun walking around, and then hopped into a really cute, lovely little bar.
That's great, and I love the picture opposite, with the river in the background as well of Coyote.
One day, Jack, you, me, everyone else in the class will all have to get together, and I'll take you to the same spot, or maybe Alison and Stanley will guide us there. They're experts of the city now. Yeah,
well, that's really nice. I haven't seen Alison saying anything in the chat box, so I'll have to remind her that we had a photo next week.
Yeah, very good. Maybe she had to hop off at the end. I know she was with us earlier.
Yeah, maybe she's had to hop off. I must just say hello to Barbara. Barbara's new today, Bashir, so thank you for dropping by, Barbara. Yeah, it was a slightly harder lesson today, Barbara. They go in, ranging from harder to easier to kind of medium. But certainly, Barbara, you've got access to the replay library.
And you're not alone if you find it challenging. There's stuff in every lesson that will go over the heads of most of us, but push us there. And then other stuff that we can focus on if you find some of it too challenging. And of course, Wednesday's lesson, everyone is invited to that. Good way to make sure you feel really solid on the fundamentals. So we'd love to see that there as well.
Yes, and Wednesday is easier, Andrew. Yes, of course. Wednesday's for the improvers. So improvers is easier than intermediates. Yeah, this lesson is for the slightly more experienced. Wednesdays is for the slightly less experienced, just to be clear.
Jack, thank you so much. We better let you go, but thank you for another fantastic lesson. And for those of us who don't see you Wednesday, we'll see you next Monday, same time, same place.
Yeah, I've got to go and pack a suitcase, Bashir. I'm going to go and visit my brother for 4 days.
Okay.
Who lives down south. So on Wednesday, I'll be in a mystery location.
All right. Well, maybe we'll get a view from the window.
I will give you the room with the view, as always. Yeah.
Very good.
Good. Have a good week.
Thanks, Jack.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Jack's mom.
Bye, Jack's mom. Thank you, everyone who could join us live. And folks watching on replay. Next week, maybe you can come. We hope so.